Hey, and good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Black Success Magazine, the podcast. And thank you, folks, for being with us today. This is Sherman Ray. I'm your host on Black Success Magazine, the podcast. It is Monday, and boy, I'll tell you, if you, this is going to be a pretty packed show of stuff. Got a little late start today, but it's all good. Just a crazy week here in Las Vegas. For those of you, this might be your first time checking us out on Black Success Magazine. We come to you Monday through Friday, 8:30 to about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're getting a little late start today, but we're all good. If you'd like to check us out on our website, just go to our website at blacksuccessmagazine.com. You can always send me an email if you'd like. You'd like to have a question answered, or you've got some kind of comment you'd like to send to me. Just send it to me at info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. And you always please just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on Apple Podcasts. So this weekend, folks, we're in our first block. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the trending things, but in the C block, we're going to talk about how to market your business a little bit more. And I got 11 tips on how to help you market your business a little bit better. We think that's going to be something you're going to really be able to link onto. So definitely stick around for the last block where we talk a little bit about that. Hopefully you all had a great weekend. I know I did. It was a pretty cool weekend. I'm here in Las Vegas. Weather was just nice. Got to go out and check out some of the folks that were into Vegas. For those of you who've never been to Las Vegas, we are the entertainment capital of the world. It's just a fun place to be at. And if you ever get a chance to come by, definitely come by to Vegas and check us out and leave some of your money here, but more than that, enjoy the Vegas scene because we really enjoy it here. Got to go out with my wife and one of my grandkids and hang out and check out all the cool places that are here in Vegas. So let's start off with talking about it's the story of the week, and it is about the Grammys and Queen Bee. Basically took the show where she was able to Beyonce not only had 9 nominations for Grammys, but she actually just topped. So this story came out of CNN. Beyonce went to the Grammys Sunday with 9 nominations, the most of any artist for the night. Oh, and what a night it was for her. By the time it ended, she had broken the record for the most Grammys won by a woman and any singer, male, female, with 28. Also tying the record with music impresario Quincy Jones as the living person with the most Grammys. Okay, and this is pretty interesting too. Queen Bee, or Queen Bey, surpassed bluegrass country singer Alison Krauss, who previously held the record with 27. I didn't know that there was a country western singer who actually had the most prior to that. The winning streak started before the televised ceremony when Beyonce and her 9-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, won the award for Best Music Video Award for the single Brown Skin Girl. And Blue Ivy, in a related story, won. I think she's actually the youngest person to ever win a Grammy, and she's 9 years old. Pretty cool stuff. So congratulations to Beyonce that she's been able to go out there and do it. I mean, she really is. Especially during 2020. This has been a tough year for everybody. I listen to a lot of jazz, a lot of British jazz music, and as I'm listening, the DJs are all saying the same thing because they have, had an early start this morning. They were talking about how the artists, everybody has been impacted by COVID. So it's really been tough for anybody to be able to put out any kind of music at all. So for Beyonce, for anybody to be able to put out any music is just phenomenal. So you got to take your hands off or your hat off to him and say congratulations that you were able to do anything during this COVID challenged year. There was also a story about fashions that were part of the whole pageantry of the Grammys. And this story is from The Root, and it was talking about, and we're gonna, if you get a chance to look, we won't show the picture of this because we really would rather see women with clothes on, but that's all right. I'm not gonna bag on anybody, but the headline to the story is 2021 Grammys fashion affirmed what we already knew: Black women are superheroes, and we knew that. We knew Black women are superheroes. So they have pictures here. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Doja Cat. And I've never heard of Doja Cat, but they've got pictures of them up here, scantily clad, I might add. If you watch the 63rd annual Grammy Awards on Sunday night, you might have sensed a theme in the ceremony, full of diverse and necessarily distanced performances. It may have been unintentional on the part of the show's producers, but it certainly didn't escape the notice of the Root staff, and I think most people who watch this show. The night largely belonged to Black women, and that really was. It was just I caught a little bit of the Grammys, and definitely the leaned heavily towards Black women winning a lot of stuff, taking away the awards, just focusing a lot on that. So we're very excited about the fact that in a year, like I think Grammys last year, the Emmys, the Oscars have largely they focus. It depends on what the flavor of the month is, I guess. But I know I'm being pessimistic about it, but there's so many great contributions by Black artists that this year that there was definitely a focus on paying attention to women of color. So much so that Billie Eilish won an award, and she said that Megan Thee Stallion really deserves the record of the year instead of her. Go? What? Yes. After cleaning up at the Grammy Awards last year, Billie Eilish was set to make a decidedly smaller splash at the 63rd annual ceremony on Sunday night. That is until the final award of the evening was announced. Okay, this is very cool. Besides picking up a single trophy for her James Bond theme, No Time to Die, and a suitably moody performance early in the show, Eilish seemed happy to play second fiddle to the night's other nominees, including Megan Thee Stallion, who scored multiple awards throughout the ceremony. So that was going on. I mean, it really was. Billie Eilish won last year. And really, she's kind of a newcomer. She hasn't been really on the scene very long. Megan Thee Stallion came on big time until the end of the night. So when Beatles drummer Ringo Starr announced that she'd won the Record of the Year Grammy for the second year in a row, 2 years in a row, a shell-shocked Eilish and her brother, Phineas, took the stage. Eilish said she never expected to take home the award, seemingly stunned that she beat out competitors. I lost my way. Okay, seemingly stunned that she had beat out competitors, including Doja Cat or Dua Lipa. I'm sorry, I should feel really embarrassed by this because I don't listen to a lot of pop music. I just don't. But I know a lot of our viewers do, so I try to stay current with it. Post Malone, DaBaby and Roddy Ricch, Black Pumas, Beyonce with her Black Parade, and Megan Thee Stallion's Savage remix, which also features Beyonce. In her acceptance speech, get it here, the 19-year-old plainly stated that the Savage rapper was far more deserving of the win. Wow. So that's big that somebody would say, hey, guess what? I really think that somebody else should win the award. I think a few years back, Kanye went up and told everybody in front of God and everybody that no, Taylor Swift shouldn't have won, that Beyonce should have won. But in this case, Billie Eilish said, no, you guys, I dig what you're going on this, but no, Megan Thee Stallion definitely should have won this. And it's a class act. So, hey, when we come back, folks, we're going to talk a little bit more about, some of the stuff that went on the last week. And stick around for the last segment where we're going to talk about how to market your business a little bit more. This is Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. Oh, yeah. I mean, really good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad Billie Eilish gave props to Megan Thee Stallion. So let's get back at this, folks. This is Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine podcast. Folks, we love being a part of your daily wake up. If you are listening to our podcast, we'd love to see you on our website. Just go to our website at blacksuccessmagazine.com. You can also send me an email at info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. Follow us, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Well, we've got a lot of people actually watching us on Apple Podcasts and listening to us on Apple Podcasts, literally around the world. I keep up with it on occasion where we find out where our podcast is being rebooted at, where it's going out. I see it in French. I see it in Spanish. We're definitely in Europe. And so we thank everybody who's checking us out and want to continue just to just be a part of your life. Thank you so much for having confidence in us. So, folks, there was an interesting article that I saw so this is my thing. And so I'm going to read a little bit of the article for you because I think it bears time to being repeated. And then we'll talk about it just a little bit. Okay. There was a Black executive who was going to take an appointment so let me read it to you. So the title to the article is Black executive declines board appointment after CEO mistook him for a valet. Okay. After the CEO mistook him for a valet. This the story was March 11th. Media attorney has withdrawn his bid to be a board member for the broadcast company Tegna, citing an incident where a board member mistook him for a valet. How many of you have ever been mistook for a valet? I've never been mistaken for a valet, but that's neither here nor there. According to The Hill, the incident occurred in 2014. Okay, so this didn't just happen a couple of weeks ago. It happened in 2014 at an industry dinner. Attorney Adonis Huffman, who is Black, and CEO Dave Logie were seated near each other at an industry dinner and had a significant discussion. However, after the event, Logie handed Hoffman his valet ticket as Hoffman was waiting for a cab, thinking he was an employee at the hotel. Oh my gosh. Logie apologized to Hoffman and acknowledged the incident in an SEC filing. What? Really? Hoffman was nominated for the position in January, but turned it down earlier this month when he realized during the hiring process the job could be seen as a conflict of interest with other work he had also done, and also the incident with Logie. I'm not offended to have been considered a valet, Hoffman said to The Hill. What really took me back was him seeing people categorically. It wasn't that he thought I was a valet, but just another brown-skinned guy around whom he ascribed to that position. Okay, so, all right, I'm done reading that. So here's the deal. I don't know what happened during that incident, but I have been mistaken for somebody and I have mistaken other people for people who've worked at a particular place or time. So this is my advice to you as somebody who is always in the spotlight. I'm always in places where, I tend to stick out in a crowd. I'm the speaker or something like that. But if people don't see you in that place and they don't correlate the two, instead of fighting and trying to sway people's opinions by saying, you know what, I'm not going to move forward in life because of someone else, my advice, this is my humble advice, you're able to do whatever you want to do. You cannot control other people. You cannot control what other people think. You cannot control what other people, what they do with their thoughts. But all you can control is you and the way you comport yourself. Success is built upon you becoming the person, you exuding the traits, and you taking advantage of the opportunities that you've built up to all that time. So you don't become successful because all of a sudden somebody offers you a position. You're successful because you accept the opportunity because you've worked to get to that time. Okay, you're successful before you become the CEO. You're successful before you become the president. You're successful before you become all these things. It's just a title. Okay. Being a board member is wonderful. It really is. I mean, I have several board members on organizations that I have founded. I picked those people because I believe they were successful already. I picked those people to be a part of our team because they have traits and they have just that stuff that I value as a part of our team. Allow people, be big enough to allow people to be stupid. Okay, I guess that's the way to say it. You cannot control what people, what they're going to do, what they're going to say. All you can do is control who you are. And so I tend to see people, it's very hard to not comment about people who turn down positions, who say, I'm not going to do it because this guy was an idiot. Okay. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. The people asked you to be a board member because they saw that you were just a rock star. Take the position. And then in the face of overwhelming hostility, shine. Okay. Our Black forefathers and mothers shined in the face of adversity. They didn't allow somebody who was an idiot to keep them from becoming who they are. Because if they did, guess what? We would never get to where we're at. If opposition and people's hate, that kind of stuff, were the precursor or were the thing that was going to stop us or the defining moment for all of us, then we would not be here. Okay. If we allow it to stop us. So don't allow it to stop us. Okay. Don't allow that kind of, stupidity, okay, to stop you, because you're not going to change it. I mean, you're not going to change that person until you get in a position where you can say, guess what? I'm bigger than that. Take the board position and then shine even more. And that person will look back and go, son of a gun, that guy was a rock star. I was such an idiot. You don't have to wave your finger in their face and go, you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot, okay? You shine in front of their face, and then they go, you got to be kidding me. This guy's a rock star. In closing, let me give you one last thing. This was interesting. Many of you have seen Hidden Figures, the movie about the NASA program and the women who were instrumental in us getting to the moon, us getting into space. They were all looked on. These Black women were looked on as underlings, as not being, just get me the coffee, that kind of stuff. The NASA engineers were all white men, never believed that a Black woman could even shine in their position until one Black woman, actually a lot of Black women, but one woman in particular in this particular case, not only shined, but she became so integral in the NASA program that John Glenn wouldn't go up unless he knew she put her stamp of approval on it. Okay? Had she said, oh, these people don't like me, I'm not going to do anything, none of this would have happened. Okay? See what I'm saying? She took the opportunity, she pushed through the adversity, And when she shined, people could not deny how good she was. Okay. And that to me is just powerful. Anyways, okay. Last block, folks. Last block, we're going to talk about how to market your business a little bit more. This is Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. We'll be right back. All right, cool. Well, thank you, folks, for hanging out with me. This is Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine podcast. Let's talk about 11 ideas how to boost your business as it relates to marketing. Okay. We've got a lot of stuff to go through here, so I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. We'll maybe stop from time to time, talk a little bit about it, but these are going to be quick hitters. So write this down. Okay. Number one, to help boost your business, choose your strong social network. Everyone tells you that you must have a presence on all networks, or at least Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Okay. There are even those who tell you when, where, and how often to post your stuff. But you can sometimes spread yourself out way too thin. The important thing here is, according to this article, is focus on the areas where you are the strongest. Focus on those social network sites that you are the strongest on. You can't be everywhere at all time. Okay. I have a social presence on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, but there's really only a couple that I'm really good at. I mean, really, you can definitely see the metrics. And so focus on those. Those will give you the biggest bang for your buck, because you can't be great at everything. You just can't be. So stop trying to be everything to everybody. Focus on the thing that really gives you the most bang for your buck. Number two, connect with others like you. Known as networking, it is what good marketers and business people have done all along. Seek to create connections. Not all of them will be your clients or suppliers, but you can share ideas, seek feedback, and even generate alliances that will serve you in the future. Okay, so don't discount networking. We really push this in the Black Business Chamber of Commerce that people they need to network. The only way I got to be where I'm at in life is because I network a lot. I really do. I know a lot of people, folks. I mean, not just a few people, a lot of people. And the reason why is because I network incessantly. And there's really not too many things that you can throw at me that I don't know of somebody. If I don't know it, I know somebody who does know it, or somebody who knows somebody who does know it. And that builds some major, that makes you very valuable. Okay. So that's really important. Number three, do you have a phone? Make videos. Yeah, baby. Okay. Many times we do not notice the wonderful machines that we have put in our pockets, smartphones. Many focus on price, size, brand, but few on benefits. The videos that you can take with your phone, equipped with high def enhanced sound, can be options for your business. And this is pretty cool. The phones nowadays have become not just this good, they become essential. Where is my phone at? Oh, here it is. My phone, and I'm going to take it out of its protective case here. I've done videos. So it's my phone. And I can't tell you how many videos I've done with it. So in the back of this, your phone is no longer just a thing that you make phone calls with. Okay. Really, you can make videos with this, slow motion, take videos where you're at, and then post them to the internet. And that's a way of people keeping track of what you're doing. You updating them all the time, keeping them interested, because people really want to hear about what you're doing. If they don't hear what you're doing, they go on to somebody else who's going to tell them what they're doing. Okay. So don't worry. Don't discount your phone. Take videos. Number four, write. Okay. Be a blogger. Write about stuff. Become that expert in your field. We've talked about this before. So definitely your website should be the place where people find information about not only your product or your service, but about you. And the only way they're going to do that is by you writing and then distributing that information across your social network. Number five, don't they read your e-zymes? How about physicists? They tell you to send emails with newsletters to all your clients and contacts, but you get no response. If you use a tool like MailChimp that tells you how many opens the emails or how many decides not to receive your emails, the situation does not look better. Think outside the box a bit. Okay. This is really important because if you've found this to be true, or you're just not getting any feedback from your newsletters, okay, this might be something that will help you out. So think outside the box. What would be best for your customers? Perhaps a card, a brochure, or newsletter short enough to read in the bathroom or office waiting room can work. The important thing is that you give them valuable information to take advantage of those 6 seconds of attention that they give you before that paper ends up in the trash. So condense your stuff. You don't have to write. And I've got friends who write these long letters, even on Facebook. This is a long letter. I read like the first 2 lines. I'm done. Okay. People are not going to spend a lot of time reading your stuff. So give them little snippets of stuff. Okay. Number 6, tell stories instead of sales pitches. People love stories instead of you pitching them stuff all the time. So use it in a story form. Okay. Do you remember the last time a salesperson came to you and tell you about benefits of their product and their promotions? Yeah. They are rarely remembered because one develops that instinct to run away. But you do remember a friend who told you how they helped him with his car credit, where he found the ideal Christmas gift, or an item that he loved at the supermarket. Okay. Sales pitches, folks, I'll tell you, people get that glossed over look on their face and they go, oh, here's it is. I've got to get away from this person. I've got to get away from that person. And so people see it coming. Try using a different tact, a different sales pitch, or a different sales technique. Tell a story. Tell a story about, boy, you know what? I've been working with this person or that person, and I used this particular product, and it was just great. Okay? People will listen to that, as opposed to you saying, guess what? I've got this new grade. It's the Rovco. People don't listen to that stuff. They just don't do it. Stories are easier to tell people and easier to retain. People are going to remember those stories as opposed to you. The sales pitch, nobody remembers your sales pitch. They don't remember because they're not even listening to you. It's like blah, 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 blah. Okay. Don't fly. Show what you do. Number 7. Have you ever had a flyer delivered to you on the street? Did you look for where to throw it away? And when you found a boat nearby, you see it full of the same flyers. Okay. Before it was useful to give paper so that people could read them on the road. But now that there are telephones to find out what ways are there. Okay. So now people don't, your flyers as 3. I don't even have open mail half the time anymore. I mean, I've got mail all over the place. I know what it is. It's some ad or something like that. Okay. Make yourself known, not only with videos, but with more creative ways. Coupons, discounts on the first time buyer of this, a glass of wine, a gift for the first purchase, free tastings or samplings, promotions. Okay. Home delivery. Use something other than a 3 fold out flyer. Okay. That just doesn't work. You've got to create what they call a purple cow, something that's going to stick out. Okay. Something's going to jump out and get them. But think outside the box. Number 8, do you have a cell phone? Record a podcast. Guess what, folks? You've seen my microphone here. I record a podcast on a studio. So I'm in the studio right now and I record my podcast here. But I have the same feature on my phone. And I probably should use it a little bit more. But I have the same feature right here. So there's a record button and I can actually record a podcast on my phone. It'll go to the same place. Well, this particular one, it's a different format or a different platform. But I could record a podcast on my phone on the fly. There's nothing wrong with that, folks. You actually have your phones are powerful tools, and you could do a lot of the same stuff, even without this particular podcast platform app. But you can record it on your voice recorder and do the same thing. So don't discount that. Number 9. Okay, I'm going to run out of time. I can tell already. Let me check the time. Yes, I'm out of time. Okay, we're out of time, folks. I don't have time to get the last one, but we'll resume this tomorrow. It's been Sherman Wright, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. Thank you so much for once again for being a part of the show. If you'd like to check us out, go to our website, blacksuccessmagazine.com. You can send me an email, info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and on Apple Podcasts. Folks, we will see you again tomorrow. This has been Sherman Wright, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.